The Nepal Himalaya, home of the highest mountains and most dramatic passes in the world. Remote, beautiful, dangerous and irresistible draw for adventurers like Anna and me. Here, we have had amazing experience before and during those previous visits. And an idea began to form in our minds for a challenge that we knew would push us to the limit, but would also give us the opportunity to do what we love the most on the roof of the planet.
What he achieved was quite extraordinary. I mean, to me, it was like climbing Everest 2 or 3 times over. It was that level of achievement, if you want to give it a kind of a climbing parallel.
Big question mark with what kind of food or supply I can find along the way.
For me, it was unreal. I didn't know what that would be like.
Super fit person. I've seen his body deteriorating. I think that amount of work over 40 days at high altitudes is somehow reaching a limit of physical capability.
After the relative chaos of Kathmandu, Humla was a stark contrast. Incredibly remote with very indistinct trails, the region promised a tough start to the run. Although the passes were not the highest we would face, we were still acclimatizing and had a lot of distance to cover. So we knew that these 2 first days to Mugu would be very hard work.
Today I left Philippe in the mountains, the first day of the GHT, and it's always a little bit special when you leave him the first time, because I'm hoping that I will get some kind of message from the sat phone about that he's alright, and it takes a few weeks to get used to it. Luckily I will be with him in the middle and the end. It's always better when you're side by side, when you're sitting in the village waiting for him. It's not easy.
I left Simikot this morning and been walking a few hours now, going toward the first col. It's pretty hot, but it's really nice with the Karnali river down and the pass I'm heading to. Pretty nice. Namaste. Namaste. We have been preparing that for 18 months now. In terms of fear, I would say that well, there are a lot of uncertainties about the trail, finding the good trail, about the trail condition after the monsoon.
I was excited about the Dolpo section, but also nervous. I would be on my own and unsupported for 8 days, and was faced with 6 passes in snow and many places with no trail and very rough, steep terrain.
This is the Shargolala Pass, 5,100 something, and as you can see, the weather is terrible. Today has been terrible anyway since the beginning.
My concerns proved to be well founded, and this would be one of the toughest parts of the adventure, with expected and unexpected obstacles, such as the late monsoon, broken bridges, landslides, and the local wildlife particularly to friendly wolves.
Yalala Pass, great weather. What worries me is snow behind. It's going to be another very long day. I don't know if there will be some snow on the highest pass of the Dolpo. This is Emilia or Chuchat, whatever its name is. It's bloody cool. Coming from Faux and I'm going down the gorge. I will cross the ridge there and go all the way up. I've been off trail most of the time, so I've been very slow, much slower than I thought. I finally reached the first small village called Faux yesterday afternoon, and that was the first time in 3 or 4 days that I saw people. First they were surprised to see someone coming. I don't know, maybe it's too early in the season. And even more because I was alone, exhausted. They offered me a tea or soup. To be honest, I don't even know what it was, but it was good. I've already done 2 passes today. I have 2 more to do to reach Saldang. Would be nice if I can do at least 45 kilometers today, or even more.
I was trying to follow Philippe as much as possible on the spot messenger. Great happiness when we could see he was very close to the camp. A big worriness, of course, when he was far behind, which happened in Dolpo. He was very far behind the schedule due to difficulties. We had no possibility of communicating.
It's very early and it's cold. I am on the way to the Mola Pass, and I put the sleeping bag outside, try to dry it because it was cold and rainy this night, so everything is wet.
While Philippe was in Dolpo, I was acclimatizing in Muktinat together with Richard Ball. I was going up and down on the hills each day.
Bad weather is coming. I'm going to make a shelter here. I found a skin and some stones. Very cold start from the Nirwa Pass, and I'm going to the Jengbangla. It's 5,500 meters. And it's a long day today. It's 40 or almost 50 kilometers.
I saw a head torch coming down from the hill, but I didn't realize it was him because the man had changed so much. He didn't look like himself anymore.
I will need just a full week to write down everything what happened.
Yeah.
It's just insane, and it's every day. It's crazy. It's every day like that. We already walked more than 6 hours to come here, a very very long walk until under the snow, and now we have 20 kilometers more or less to reach the place for tonight.
No, 600 down there it's 40. That's in the you see in the big cup.
I joined up with Anna for the next stage, which made me very happy. By now, we were acclimatized and we were getting into the rhythm of the landscape and the running.
Yesterday we had snow and rain all day long. It's absolutely beautiful. We left the lodge 30 minutes ago, and we keep stopping every minute to take a photo because it's just gorgeous with the snow, and now we can see the light in the north face of Annapurna, and it's a really amazing place.
But the challenge were not going to reduce. As we entered the Annapurna, Manaslu and Ganashimal regions, the altitude would rise, and otherwise easy paths become challenging because of the heavy snow.
I'm trying to send email and photos, but I never got the data connection. Often we just have to try 10 or 20 times. Myanggal Kaka? What?
Kachiko here. Kachiko, you are here.
Yeah. Yasa?
After some time you will reach here. Yes.
Yeah.
My husband says this is Nepal, Simikot, Kanchenjunga, everything by foot.
After 70 days, I had completed over half of the Great Himalayan Trail and was ahead of schedule. I entered the Langtang region in good shape, but I was aware that a heavy storm was about to hit.
And to Panch Pokhari from here to here is 48, 38, 47, 38.
It's raining outside. I like to sleep when it's raining outside, like the nose of rain, except that tomorrow we have a 5,700 meters pass to climb, so don't know if we can make it. We'll see. So the plan is to wake up at 5 and see how the weather like and how much snow fell during the night, and then we'll decide.
I was back in Kathmandu helping with logistics and watching the weather. Suddenly on the satellite photos I saw a huge system developing. To me it looked like a cyclone, and soon enough it was born out.
The storm has developed into a Category 5 cyclone, causing devastation and death in Asia. Cyclone Phelim dumped up to 2 meters of fresh snow on the higher passes and drove away most expedition. I'm at 5,000 on Tillman. I have snow up to the chest, 300 meters to go. It's dangerous, the avalanche everywhere. I think I have to turn back.
Philippe just called me, it's the 17th of October. He called me going back from Tillman Pass. He told me he's abandoning going over. It's too much snow. The cyclone from India has brought 2 meters of snow everywhere. No possibilities of going over for him. It's been too dangerous.
So when I heard the news about the cyclone, then I was thinking, damn, this is a great shame. All of the preparation that's gone into this is a year and a half of preparation, working with Berghaus to develop equipment, extremely detailed planning into the itinerary, and then a storm is going to stop it all.
So it's a part of GHT that will not be done. It's another pass of 5,800 close to where I am, where we're supposed to meet. He can't do that neither. It's completely blocked of snow. No one is passing, so he would have snow up to the shoulders.
So Philippe, he was stopped by a degenerating cyclone, huge dump of snow, unexpected, happens every 5 or 6 years, just nothing you can do about it. The shame of it was, he was really on track, everything was looking so good.
Although we were devastated that we couldn't complete our original plans, we decided to devise an alternative route for the rest of our time on this expedition. Starting in Lukla, our new objectives involve Island Peak and 3 high passes.
we had to change all the plan. Instead, we are going to climb the island peak, which is a 6,180 meters peak, just south of Mount Everest and Lhotse, in a really beautiful area. By the time we climb Island Peak, we hope that the other passes will be in better snow condition. I arrived in Lukla yesterday, went to Lukla to Namche where I meet Anna, and we quickly moved to Chungkung where we are now at 4,700 meters. It's still covered with snow. Tomorrow we'll continue and move up to the base camp of Island Peak. Yoo-hoo!
On the other side of Shola, it was slightly different. We ended up in a moraine, like very technical paths on rocks covered with snow. We couldn't advance very fast, so we ended up in Gokyo village just by nightfall.
Philippe is a truly impressive athlete, and when you're running a marathon every day at those altitudes and you don't entirely know where you're going, you're not running along defined signposted trails. You're running along tracks that can lead up to yak herding camps, can lead to the next village, could lead to Tibet. There might be 3 or 4 trails. You're really not sure which one to go on. You're coping with all of that, as well as trying to run that marathon every day.
Philippe Gatta, with Anna in support and taking part in a lot of it, he was trying to do something that was absolutely unique. What he achieved was quite extraordinary. 1,200 kilometres that he actually ran in 34 days.
A good trek is going to take maybe 150 days. Philippe planned it 40 days. A marathon every day. A marathon including 5,000 metre passes most days across the whole Himalaya. And that's pretty crazy. That's pretty ambitious. He would have pulled it off. That's the amazing thing, except he was stopped by a huge dump of snow, a degenerating cyclone that sadly nobody in Nepal predicted.